keep subwoofers woofing like a werewolf, howling, the werewolf growling. Rappers throw the towel in. I stand tall, towering, a giant overpowering. Meet me out in space where I'm meteor showering, shoveling dirt up in the cemetery, scowling, prowling, looking for a soul for devouring. Owls swoop down, grabbing rats off the ground. You can hear the bell toll 12 times in the town. Now it's midnight, streets where them lost souls hitchhike. Hearts pump ice water, never been the bitch type. I fist fight with God, slap box with Amin Ra. I'm Allah, I'm a star, armed, robbing armored cars. Armor roared, Audi villain, I'm a getaway driver. Loaded automatic in my leather jacket liner. Rappers like vagina, eat it, beat it till it bleeds. Fill it full of seeds, keep the kingdom under siege. Ho.
What's going on, everybody? Danny Terzo back here with another showcase, and it's none other than a new figure that I made, and it's none other than Savini Jason, the interpretation where Tom Savini, the makeup artist that originally did Jason in the original Friday the 13th, came up with his own concept of what Savini would look like for the iteration of the game. So that's pretty cool. We got something, and I got approached by a customer to do this, and funny enough, I was already working on a Savini Jason. It's been something that I've been wanting to do ever since I started making figures. I think it's one of the coolest, creepiest looking Jasons, and really gives off like some cool powers with his trident and fire and all that. So let's get into it real quick. So over here we have, it's a simple base. This is all made out of resin and stuff like that, but it has like broken windshield shards, not windshield, window shards, as if he broke the window in the game. As you guys know, you could use that to make damage or damage your opponents or the kids that you're chasing, the teenagers. And then I made a dagger. As you guys know, you guys can use these in the video game. You find them and then you can throw them at people to damage them. And pretty much it's the inside of a wood cabin and all that. And then you come up and all the clothing is done by me and everything else. It's all here, chains, everything. So this is not anything that Tanella put into or anything like that. But I'm pretty sure Tanella and I will do a few of these together when our schedules clear up a little bit better. But super weathered. It's got great texturing all over the clothing. Because he came out of hell, you think he would have some burn effects to him and stuff like that. So I added a little bit of that. He has his belt, the chains that wrap around him, and obviously the cuts that glow. Oops, that glow and all that, because the inside of his body is fire. And he has his shackle over there, all 3D custom printed clothing. And then he has his spikes, his chest, and then he has this trident over here that I want to show off, that hopefully I can get at, so you guys can see. And it has a little bit of a light up effect with the paint, so that was pretty cool. And he's girthy, he's big dude, he's got his pocket there, everything with the button. And then we have the head sculpt, obviously with the mask that has the scratches on it, and you can see his eyes glowing through and all that. He's a bulky guy, guys, so let's remove the mask. And the mask is all, as you guys can see, chevron buttons, everything. Let me put that, sorry, let me put that right there. Sorry I sound like crap, I'm like really under the weather. I had this stomach bug and it's really kicking my ass right now. So anyway, here comes the head sculpt, and as you guys can see, he's not black, like fully black. In the video game, they really you get the impression that his skin tone is like completely like pitch black, but it's not. It's actually a hue of like purples, browns, and like ash tones. So I don't know how it's coming off on camera, but in hand, completely different tone than the black shirt. And he's got the light up eyes and all that. So really, really cool stuff. And I want to show you guys a cool feature. I'm back. So the cool feature is, if you guys can see, he has a wire that comes out of his back foot right over here. And as you guys couldn't even tell before because it's pretty well hidden. You just put it in the back, and then it's attached to this battery component that goes into an outlet, and it has a sensor over here that we could switch, and you can light up his whole entire body, because his whole entire body on the inside is LED lights to give that smoldering light up effect. And like I said, you could just take that, if you put them on the top shelf, bottom shelf, middle shelf, doesn't matter, you just run it on the back side of the D-top all the way down. If you need an extension cord, you get one. And this is the best way in my opinion, because if you have any LED lights with the battery components on the inside of the body, well, how's a customer supposed to get in there, remove all the clothing and all that? and they don't even know what they're doing. They gotta go through a mess of sculpting or stuff like that, and who wants to take off the clothes? So if you just have an outside component, say if this battery switch ever dies or outlet, you just buy a new one, click it in, and you're good. So that's the thing that I like to do. That's why I always have them on the outside, so you can control it. Battery packs on the outside, because if it's on the inside, then it's completely dead, not fixable. You would have to ship it back to me or whoever makes them, and they would have to take everything apart. This is a lot easier process. But you take your thing, and let me shut off the lights. That's a cool vibe, but you take it and power button. Let me see. There it is. Now if I shut off this light over here, my apologies, you guys can see, and I shut off this light. How cool is that? His whole entire body. Yes, even on his back you can see it. That's pretty cool. Now, and it's even brighter in hand. It's got more of a reddish tone. Let's put the mask on. Oh, come on now. Come on, that's sick. Now you're really getting that cool effect. Come on. That's pretty cool stuff, man. And the beauty about this is this was all printed in 3D clear resin. So, and you can't even tell, because once it's off, like I showed you before, it's fully painted. But once the lights are off and you want to get spooky with it, you get this. Let me just check out the back. I don't want to move him too much, but yeah, as you guys can see, he smolders. This is his back. He smolders all the way around. If I can focus. And that cool. Look at the back of his head. Ain't that some cool stuff? Through his pants. I think that's pretty beautiful. And even with the light up, you can still kind of see it. So, I think that's pretty badass. Let's go back to the front. Yeah. Alright guys, until next time, stay safe, conquer your collection, and peace.
The same incisions that a surgeon make. 2 times too many, you don't get a third mistake. You ass band, so I know that you for certain snake. And I don't trust a motherfucker, I'm immersed in hate. Colombo crime family, fuck around and burst your face. Allah Akbar, blocker, burn his face.
Army of the murderers, mercenaries with no mercy. Soldiers are so dirty, whole burners the whole dirty. Lock a corrupt officer in a corner with the ghost of Chris Dorner and commence to piss on. Think we won't? Your security needs security. We damage them all. Y'all building birdhouses, your hammers are small. Why they so small? I put the nozzle in your nasal hole. You break them down to grams, baby, we bake them whole. You ain't an OG, you're the first to G.O. Speed off in a Geo and duck like Nat Geo. Shoot through your book, there's holes in your story. My young bulls cracking skulls and they open them for me. Cut open 3 white keys with a white Continental GT key for a 3-night spree out in Waikiki. And I repeat, when the irons start firing, you gon' hear my hollow spit, bitch, but I ain't Hawaiian.
There's a war going on outside. You can either find a place to hide or start riding. Never the victim with my hands in the sky. When it's hammer time, racks or slide. Leviathan. There's a war going on outside. You can either find a place to hide or start riding. Never the victim with my hands in the sky. When it's hammer time, racks or slide.
Leviathan.
To hide or start riding. Never the victim with my hands in the sky. When it's hammer time, racks or slide.
Leviathan.